Fat-free fasting. Triple F. Let's go. It is time to get the sugar out, folks. Time to get the sugar out. Fat-free fasting. Man, that Cole is a marketing genius, isn't he? Fat-free fasting. Triple F. I like the sound of it. This is right up my alley. I've been waiting on this the whole time. I got so much to offer. Ooh, where to begin? Where to begin? It's spaghetti day. It's spaghetti day. Fat-free fasting. I've been saving this for just such an occasion. This is TVP. This is textured vegetable protein. Soybeans. Now, if you're allergic to soy, you can substitute some other sort of low-fat source, because I think with the Triple F, we're going 10 grams and under. But with the textured vegetable protein, we don't have to worry about it, because we're hitting right at 0 carbs. Why else is textured vegetable protein? See, when you add stuff to this liquid, this textured vegetable protein, it's dry like cereal, but it absorbs it, and it has the consistency of meat. This is already in a lot of foods that people have been eating for years, such as Hormel canned chilies and different things like that. That's just a rough example, but it's in basically everything already. And this is Bob's Red Mill brand. And we got 0 fat, 0 saturated fat, 0 trans fat, 0 milligrams of cholesterol, 0 milligrams of sodium. We can fix that with the absorption of what we put in it. We can make it have sodium. 9 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of dietary fiber. We don't care about none of that stuff on the Triple F protocol. 12 grams of protein. So it's got protein, but it's relatively low for protein. Decent amount. This is the part that we're going to like the most, because it's got 57 grams of calcium, 2 milligrams of iron. And the beautiful thing about this is we're supposed to be getting into sodium and potassium. Now you got to keep in mind that it's 1/4 a cup at 80 calories. So if you use, like a half a cup, you're upping everything in this, right? So check out this potassium count. 591 milligrams of potassium in this TVP. You can't get no better than that, folks. Not for what we're looking for within the diet. We can get a good amount of potassium in a food source in this here TVP. 0 fat. And it's got a tear the bag function on it. We're gonna make up some meat right now. We're gonna make some spaghetti. We're gonna make some spaghetti, fat-free spaghetti at that. All right. Ooh, I gotta get out a measuring cup. Let's see if I can find the 1/4. There it is. It's the smallest one. So I guess we'll go with that to measure it out with, so we can keep up with our calorie amounts and everything, right? And we'll have to keep up with our fat grams, because there is none. But I like the idea that I can double that potassium at 591 milligrams. So, wow. Be like 1,200 milligrams of potassium. There we go. That's one. And we're going to let this sit a while and absorb the liquids. And that's two. Two. So that's like 2 servings there. And when you add this into a pasta sauce and stuff like that, ooh boy, let's see. Let's give it a meaty type of flavor. What can we put in here? First of all, I'm just gonna add some salt to it. Because it's got no sodium. So we want it to have some sodium. This is Marmite. This is full of sodium. I've never used this before. This is a new one for me. It kind of smells like soy sauce. I don't know what it tastes like. But it's supposed to be all kind of health benefits to Marmite as well that I'm not going to get into in this video because we're all about that TVP today. But we get a little bit here. It's a yeast extract. It's 0 fat. It's very sticky stuff. It's very salty. Woo! It's very salty. Alright, folks, sorry about that. Had to attend to some stuff my daughter wanted. So, yeah, we're going to add some Marmite. Just a little bit goes a long way. This stuff is strong in the flavor. We're just going to try to get it on that TVP best we can. Oh, yeah. We're going to add a little water to it. Try to get that incorporated in there. More better. It's not easy, folks. It's not easy. We're just going to let this soak up this moisture. So this is going to be our meat source for some spaghetti. Oh yeah, that right there. I mean, it tastes a lot like soy. A cross between a soy and a Worcestershire in flavor, that Marmite. So, yeah, I highly recommend you get you some. It's kind of hard to get your hands on. When I was up at the Whole Foods market the other week, looking for that jackfruit, I found it there. And decided to grab it while I was there. So, yeah, a little goes a long way. So this jar is going to last a long time. A long time. So now we got that in there for flavor. Now we're gonna make us a pasta. And we're just gonna mix it right into the TVP. Because my pasta, I'm just going with straight out crushed tomatoes. Also 0 fat. We're keeping the fat 0. The Marmite is 0 fat, by the way. Crushed tomatoes is 0 fat. And yeah, we're dealing with 1 gram of protein in the crushed tomatoes. Ooh, look at there. That is a thick sauce. Right there. Thick. Alright, so I'm just going to get this TVP and sauce on the stove to heating up. Look at there. Kind of looks like a meaty marinara, does it not? Kind of does. So to flavor this up a little more Italian-esque, I'm going to put just a little bit of sugar in there. Not much. Just a little bit. To sweeten the sauce. Let's see. It's been a while since I used a lot of my cooking ingredients, so I am missing some things that I would like to use in here. Well, I ain't missing them, I'm just not exactly sure where they are at the moment. But we'll wing it. We'll wing it. I've got other alternatives here. I could have used that tomato paste, but nope. No. Save that for another time. I got this garlic powder. Definitely want the garlic powder in there. I'm gonna sock the garlic powder to it. I like lots of garlic flavor in mine. Because I'm probably the only one eating this, to be honest with you. Put a little bit more salt in there for flavor. And some black pepper. And I'm gonna have to cut that down. It's starting to boil already. Get that all incorporated and mixed in there. Ooh, look at there. Right. It's gonna be some meaty. And you can break these chunks down smaller if you wanted to with that TVP. You can break that down. See how it's absorbing, getting bigger, kind of like an actual meat. If you grew up in the school lunch program in the 70s and 80s, you ate this TVP all the time. Trust me. So you can survive on it. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments so far. Alright, so I'm going to work on this bell pepper I pulled out of the garden yesterday. Add a little bit of that in there, because why not? I thought I had onion in there, but I don't guess I got any onion no more. Ooh. Let's cut the plug out of this here bell pepper. Alright. And we're just gonna put it in half like this. We'll clean up these insides. Comes straight out of Latchkey Garden. Oops. A little bit of seeds didn't get removed there. Now, and then my chopping and mincing tool. I wish I had some onion. I wasn't prepared today. I didn't know I was going to be making Triple F. Fat-free fasting food. Ooh, don't you know there's some channels out there gonna have some fun trying to make fun of this. But hey, let them. This is much healthier. This is the evolution of the sugar diet right here. This is the evolution. This is the next step in the evolution of the sugar diet. The triple F, fat-free fasting. We're making sure the Triple F stays fat as low as possible. That is the message going out right now. That is what we are trying to spread here. That is the way we're trying to cook. And we're trying to eat. Just chopping all this up as fine as I can with this mincing tool, folks. Alright, so that little chopping mincing tool there. Whoa, stove's getting slippery for some reason. My magnet on my camera's wanting to slide. Can't have that. Can't have that. Put y'all up here. Be on the safe side. So, yeah, look how fine that chopped that. I'm just gonna add this in right here to the pot. Get a little bell pepper in there. Add a little something extra in there. Like that. Oh yeah. Clean up latchkey mess as we go along here. Put it in there for now. Alright, this is what we got so far. And you can improve on this any way you want to. However you make your spaghetti will be fine. I usually do a more advanced method, but this is going to be very basic today. And we're just going to cook that till that caramelizes. And the reason I added the bell pepper like this is because once it caramelizes, the TVP should be good and done. Look how those chunks have swollen there, absorbing all of that liquid. We'll try just a little piece here. Oh yeah, it's ready to eat right now. That tastes just like some ground beef in there. Like some thick ground beef is what that tastes like. And you can break that down finer than that. I have done it. Since we're doing all this fat-free cooking, I will definitely be on board to teach y'all and show y'all lots of things and tricks. And this is just the start of it all. Let me put my Marmite up here in the cabinet. But yeah, I had some Mrs. Dash. But I cannot find it today. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is these Hearts of Palm pasta noodles. You can get them at any grocery store. I got this one for this brand from Aldi's. There is 3 servings at 20 calories in the Hearts of Palm. 0 fat. Zero fat. 1 gram of protein in this, but 20, 40, 60 calories for the entire pasta. 3 servings. That's about 3 servings worth of spaghetti right there. So I've eaten this before, and I've made this before on this channel. These, if I ain't mistaken, you have to drain. Yeah, you have to drain these. So I'm gonna put them in the strainer here. Let that drain out. Make sure I get all of it out of the package, because those spaghetti noodles is precious to me. So you can rinse this if you want to. It's kind of got a pickling smell a little bit. I guess that's what they put in there to preserve it with. But it's not overwhelming. And the consistency, the taste, and the texture of this is a lot. I mean, it's kind of vegetable-y. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of got a vegetable-y crunch to it. But in my opinion, it's better than this brand of noodles, which is also fine. This is the shirataki. Also 0 total fat. This one is starchy, this one is not. Yeah, there's that. And so it can start, I'm gonna let it start cooking up in the with everything else. I'm making a mess here. Trying to demonstrate my cooking skills. I'm getting water from where I rinsed that off everywhere. But yeah, this is a lot easier to work with than the shirataki. You'll see in a minute when I get to spread it out into the sauce. It doesn't cling together as bad. It separates a lot easier, and you can have as much or as little as you want. If I wanted to add 2 packs to this, I could. Look at there. I like my spaghetti sauce and noodles to be, a lot of sauce in my noodles anyway. So that's a perfect noodle for this situation right here. So we're just gonna let it cook and simmer and do its thing. Look at that, folks. That's what you call spaghetti right there. Look. I'm just gonna let that bell pepper cook down and let that all cook together. What you think? Tell me what you think down in the comments. Triple F, fat-free spaghetti right there, folks. And I can consume that entire pot, just me, and be under my calorie amounts for the day. That is the beautiful thing. That's a lot of food. That's high volume of food at a low calorie cost that if I chose to, I could eat the entire pot and be just fine on my calorie needs for the day. And all that extra potassium from the TVP and the sodium that we added in there, yeah. In fact, I'm just eating those leftover noodles out of there. They're actually kind of good. You can flavor those up any way you want. But y'all know the latchkey kid in me, where I was left at home alone which is why I named my channel. I had too much time on my hands as a kid during the summer, the vacations, and being the first one home. You know, I had older sisters, but they were always by the time I got to elementary school, they were already in junior high. So they had interest, you know, that kept them at school longer, you know, because we lived in a cul-de-sac neighborhood. Old latchkey didn't always grow up in the country. I grew up in a suburban area. But we lived in a cul-de-sac neighborhood, and at the end of the cul-de-sac was the middle school that they went to. So they walked to school and they walked home from there, you know. So with all the kids hanging out, you know, after school, they never did come straight home. So me coming home from elementary school on the bus, which was clear across town on the other side of town, at a young age, I'm talking about single digits. Old Latchkey was home by himself. That's how Latchkey got his name. I was a Latchkey kid. an official Latchkey kid. You got some pretender Latchkey kids out there, you know, who say the whole generation was Latchkey. Nah, there was a lot of coddled kids, you know, who got to be car riders and stuff like that. You know, had Karen, boomer Karen moms and stuff. But to be a true Latchkey, you know, I seen it during the pandemic. I seen somebody claiming, "Oh, well, look, I know how to survive. I was a latchkey kid. I got a whole pantry full of cereal." Nah, not in the 70s. Carter gas crisis, you didn't have no pantry full of cereal. You had to get creative with your cooks. That's how old Latchkey became a good cook. As time went on and I got more familiar with ovens and microwaves and stuff, I learned how to put food together on my own. That's why I'm a successful cooking channel the way I am. Yeah. So when I take on these protocols and diets, I really can contribute, and that is what we're doing today. We are contributing. I'm gonna cut that up and let that get to boiling heavy, cause I'm ready to eat it. And I gotta let them flavors blend first, though. But a little bit of Latchkey backstory for the ones of you who don't know. Alright, here's the part where I start to show out a little bit. Cause I wouldn't be me if I didn't. So I got this whole pot here that I can have. And mind you that this spaghetti here is got like a vegetable-y texture, like I said. Kind of like, you know, like you ever had zucchini noodles? So I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to fit into this pot. I might be able to fit it all in there. If I can fit it all in there, that's good. Because I'm not gonna be able to eat it all right now. Ooh, I'm steaming up the camera. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got that TVP going on. We got our noodles going on, and yeah, I mean it's spaghetti. It's spaghetti, folks. And I got this fat-free cheddar here. I think I got some already open. I do, but I can't find the one I opened. Oh. There it is. I want to use it up first. I got the air fryer going over there, which has a baking function and everything else on there. I want a little bit of cheese on my spaghetti. We got this fat-free cheese. Now I don't have mozzarella, so we're just gonna spread this on there. I don't want to overdo it too much. This is like 45 calories. We're dealing with 9 grams of protein, so we don't want to overdo it on the cheese, but you know. I want a little cheese on there because it's spaghetti, right? And we got fat-free cheese. We're going to utilize it a little bit here. Because that's how spaghetti works. Works better with cheese. Alright. We're not going to overdo it because I know I can overdo it. But that's a healthy little serving right there of it. Ooh, that's going to be hot. Latchkey better not pick that up. I'll be throwing that in the floor for y'all. Without this here oven mitt. Alright. That go to the air fryer. Alright. Put you up here a second. Whoop. Sorry about that. Almost dropped you. Let's see if I can do this without killing myself. Alright. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Into the oven it goes. And now we just wait on that cheese to melt up right there, and there you go. Fat-free spaghetti. 100% fat-free spaghetti right there. Let me know what you think down in the comments so far. Are you entertained? Can you dig it? All the favorite movies coming out of me. I see you when that gets done. Alright folks, so that's been cooking for about 10 minutes. I don't think that fat-free cheese is going to act like regular cheese in the fact that it's going to melt together all that well. Because it's been in there about 10 minutes. And it is bubbling and cooking pretty daggum good. And that cheese just seems to be staying stationary. So that might be as good as the cheese gets. Alright, so I guess the fact that this cheese has no fat in it may play a role in that. But as you can hear, it kind of crispy, but it kind of melty a little bit underneath. So that's gonna be okay. So it did kind of bake on there. It's just doesn't have no oil or fat to keep it melty. So you can like add it in there without cooking it. That dry heat hitting it, it would it'll probably do better. But what y'all think? We got a whole pan of spaghetti here. A whole pan of spaghetti. Of the fat-free variety. And as soon as I can find my desired fork, we'll give us a good old tree out. Ooh, y'all. Look at that. Ooh. Make sure I'm holding it over the pan. That's it right there. That's it right there. Y'all know that's gonna be hot. Look at them noodles. Perfect spaghetti. Look at the steam coming off of that, folks. Don't worry, it's dripping down in the pan. I scared. A little bit of that cheese got left behind. Cheese got a little bit of crunch to it. It kind of adds to it. I like that. Kind of a pleasant surprise that Latchkey did not know was going to happen. Now, I'm going to get me some of this water. I got some filtered water. Because this is very salty. Put a lot of salt in there. Now, I didn't go like Cole said so much so overboard that I can't stand it, but I couldn't resist adding that sodium with that potassium. That is hot. So, yeah, the Hearts of Palm noodles, they are vegetably. They got a vegetable texture. I mean, they act like regular noodles. They kind of remind you of kind of like the zucchini noodles, but they hold together a lot better than the zucchini noodles. They hold together like an actual spaghetti noodle should. Sorry about that, folks. That last bite was a little hot. About took me out. Like lava in my mouth. It's starting to cool down now and get to be edible. So TVP was a definitely good choice for this. The cheese, I wouldn't bake it on there. I just add it to separate hot. I mean, it's okay. But I know up underneath that cheese, that's where it's holding all that heat. I mean, it's okay. It just doesn't cook like regular cheese, I guess, because of the lack of fat in it. The noodles aren't your traditional noodles. They look it, and they definitely fill the void for a noodle. It definitely takes the space up of a noodle, but it's more crunchy like a vegetable. It is good to me. I like it. I'm fine with it. I'm just making you aware of it. It's like a crunchy vegetable. Kind of similar to the same kind of crunch that squash would have. It's not rubbery like the other, which I like the other two. I like the shirataki as well. Maybe I'll mix the two together someday. See how that turns out. It is very good. It almost feels like cheating. Very low in calorie. High volume of food. Got a lot of the salt and the magnesium in there. I added the salt. Look at all that meat on the top of that fork from the TVP. A lot of people, if I was to serve this, wouldn't know the difference. I mean, they would know in the noodles, but they wouldn't know in the meat. The meat is pretty spot on. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. This pan will not last me. I will wind up eating all of this. And then in behind that, I have the V8 to carry me over if I need to kill the hunger cues. Plenty of fruit juice in there. I can do a lot with these hearts of palm. I can do a lot with these type of this type of noodle material for sure. Oh, there's some stretchy cheese. That's kind of stretchy. Yeah, that's got some stretch, like a regular cheese to it. Look at there. There's that cheese pool we're looking for. It's still not great at it. I have to work with it a little more. And honestly, it's something you can do without. If you just like noodles and pasta sauce, it's good enough just like that. Alright, folks, I think I've talked about it long enough. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. Would you try it? Do you plan to try it? What you think about textured vegetable protein? You can always use low-fat chicken or turkey if that's your thing, but carrying it to zero fat and the potassium was the point in behind using this. Alright, folks, that's all I got for this one. So until the next one, you folks have a good one.